A Kerala court has convicted two men accused of raping and murdering a Latvian tourist named Liga in March 2018. The 33-year-old had visited Kovalam for an Ayurvedic treatment, but 1 month later, her decomposed and beheaded body was recovered from a mangrove. The two accused, Umesh and Udayan, have been found guilty of the crime. Their sentence will be pronounced on Monday. Now, the prosecution had argued that the convicts lured the woman by offering her a local tour. The police arrested the two men within 12 days of the body being discovered, but both of them were eventually released on bail. The victim's sister was allowed to view the court's proceedings online from Ireland after a request from the Latvian embassy. Legal experts say this is a rare case of a court allowing a foreign national to view its proceedings live, but you do understand why the sister wanted to go through every proceeding that was happening here in the courts. It's because it was her, at her prodding, that the Kerala police for 40 days kept looking for Liga without any clue. She was the one who constantly went to the police, constantly went asking if someone had seen her sister, aiding the police in that way. This is also some sort of closure for Liga's family, especially for her sister. This case was unique in the sense that the court, for the very first time, gave the rights to a foreign national to actually view proceedings sitting in Ireland. So every proceeding was live broadcast just so that Liga's sister, who had prodded this case, could see the proceedings. She, I believe, was the one who not just prodded the police, but also went looking for her sister for 40 days when no one could find her.
Yeah, very true. Because I told you this case had an international ramification also. Kerala as such, it was a blot on our system also, because we keep on projecting ourselves as God's own country. And a very safe, tourists have a very safe haven in Kerala. That's what our projection was. And this was a dent on the whole projection of Kerala as being one of the top tourist destinations in the world. So that was another challenge for us. And of course, Ilse, her sister, was always there with the police. She, from day one, the moment the complaint came up, she was with the police trying to find out. Those 40 days when she couldn't be found, she was going all around the place to all the police officers. So from DGP, me, down below, to everybody. And so her constant prodding was there. And of course, she supported us also hugely in the case. In the investigation stage itself also, she was fully here. After the completion of the investigation only, she left in between. But when the trial started, she again came back. She was the one actually prodding the High Court also to get the trial started fast. And due to her prodding her case that she filed in the High Court, the trial also started immediately. And she was there behind us in every move. She was with the investigation, with the prosecution, helping us in this regard. And finally, when she had to go back also, we actually approached the court. She also approached the court. And in a rare case, the court actually gave a video connect to the trial proceedings where she could actually become a part of those trial proceedings also, which is a unique thing. And which her support also helped us in this case and detecting the case and taking the prosecution forward also. And finally, this case ending in conviction also.
Manoj Abraham, thank you very much for joining us. It's a satisfying moment for you as the lead investigator in this case to get this conviction, but especially so, I think, for Liga's family way back in Ireland who have been waiting for justice for 4 years. Finally, on Monday, the quantum of punishment for these two convicts will be declared, will be announced. The conviction of these two men comes close on the heels of what has happened in Mumbai this week. A Korean influencer was molested and groped on her live stream. Both these incidents raise questions about the safety of women, tourists, especially foreign tourists in India. Almost 18 lakh foreign tourists visit our country every year. The industry is worth almost $178 billion. Just imagine you're a young female traveler sitting in Japan or South Korea or Italy or England. You see this kind of news on social media, chances are you will think twice before visiting India. Plus, we already have a poor record when it comes to foreign travelers. India ranks 9th on the list of most unsafe countries for female travelers. We are clubbed with the likes of Morocco and Iran. That's how bad it is. And such incidents don't just happen in Mumbai or Trivandrum. They have been reported all over the country. Let me recount some of them for you. In 2017, an Irish woman, and you've just heard her story, was raped and murdered in Goa as she came to India to take part in the Holi celebrations, but the trip ended very badly for her. In 2016, an Israeli woman was gang raped by two men in Manali. They offered her a lift but ended up assaulting and raping her. In 2015, a German woman was raped by an auto driver in Delhi. He first offered to help her, but later assaulted and raped the 19-year-old. I could give you dozens of cases like these from all over India. In 2021, more than 150 cases were registered in crimes against foreigners. So what happened to the Latvian tourist in 2018 or the Korean influencer this week are not one-offs. It is indicative of a larger problem with our society.
Smita made exactly because the grounds given here was that India was a rape capital of the world, therefore admission was refused. India was a rape capital of the world. India was a rape capital of the world.
U.S. as well as I believe British, the U.K. have issued warnings specifically to women, cautioning them not to travel alone in India. And we're looking right there at the U.S. travel advisory for people traveling to India.
The Indian government launched an ad campaign titled "I Respect Women," fearing the country's lucrative tourism industry could be at risk. But as the latest alleged attack shows, women in India continue to be targets of sexual assault.
This means I immediately put the sex in his eyes. We have the best culture. In our culture, there is no place for a woman.
She should not go in night hours with her boyfriend. यदि मेरी बेटी या मेरी बहन शादी से पूर्व संबंधों को प्राथमिकता दे या शादी से पूर्व अपने चाल चरित्र और चेहरे को खराब करे, अपने चरित्रहीनता पर जा रहे, तो मैं ऐसी बहन और बेटी को निश्चित तौर पर अपने फार्म हाउस में खड़ा करके अपने परिवार, सभी परिवार वालों के सामने पेट्रोल डाल के उसमें आग लगा देने की हिम्मत रखता हूं, जज्बा रखता हूं. This is my stand. I am still today stand on that reply.
And brutally assaulting a woman near a salon in a posh Ahmedabad neighborhood has prompted the police to register a case of sexual harassment and violently causing hurt. The police have reached out to the woman who is from the northeast.
Some issue that spa owner has raised a certain question about her and one other co-worker. So because of the co-worker, they both have fighted. There have been a roughly argument between both of them, and then after she was beaten by the spa owner. It was, according to her, this was the person has also asked for the apology, and that's why she didn't give the complaint at that time. But police has requested her to give the complaint, so that's why she has filed the complaint right now. And now police is searching for the spa owner Mohsin, and he will be arrested soon.
U.S. as well as I believe British, the U.K. have issued warnings specifically to women, cautioning them not to travel alone in India.
नहीं तो ये रियली बहुत ज़्यादा ये मतलब गंभीर बात है और इसमें तो मुझे लगता है कि इंडियन एम्बेसी को भी इन्वॉल्व होना चाहिए क्योंकि भाई ऐसे तो हमारे रिलेशन अच्छे नहीं हो सकते ना, जबकि हम तो इंडिया में बैठ के ये मानते हैं कि इंडिया और साउथ कोरिया के रिलेशन बड़े अच्छे हैं, दोनों एक दूसरे का ख्याल रखते हैं, वहाँ के लोग एक दूसरे से मिलते जुलते हैं और मैंने कई सारे साउथ कोरियन चैनल्स भी देखे हैं जहाँ पे इंडिया को लेकर बड़ी अच्छी पॉजिटिव बातें कही जाती हैं, इंडियंस के बारे में बड़ा पॉजिटिव कहा जाता है, लेकिन उसके बाद भी इस तरह का बिहेवियर ये तो मतलब ये बर्दाश्त करने वाला नहीं है और इसको तो अपोज भी करना चाहिए, इसको सामने भी लाना चाहिए और इस पर कोई ना कोई एक्शन जरूर लेना चाहिए.
सर एग्जैक्टली
It was very painful, very painful. It was very painful, very painful. It was very painful, very painful. It was very painful, very painful.
नहीं, तो ये रियली बहुत ज़्यादा ये मतलब गंभीर बात है और इसमें तो मुझे लगता है कि इंडियन एम्बेसी को भी इन्वॉल्व होना चाहिए क्योंकि भाई ऐसे तो हमारे रिलेशन अच्छे नहीं हो सकते ना, जबकि हम तो इंडिया में बैठ के ये मानते हैं कि इंडिया और साउथ कोरिया के रिलेशन बड़े अच्छे हैं, दोनों एक-दूसरे का ख़्याल रखते हैं, वहाँ के लोग एक-दूसरे से मिलते-जुलते हैं और मैंने कई सारे साउथ कोरियन चैनल्स भी देखे हैं, जहाँ पे इंडिया को लेके बड़ी अच्छी पॉज़िटिव बातें कही जाती हैं, इंडियंस के बारे में बड़ा पॉज़िटिव कहा जाता है। लेकिन उसके बाद भी इस तरह का बिहेवियर ये तो मतलब ये बर्दाश्त करने वाला नहीं है और इसको तो अपोज़ भी करना चाहिए, इसको सामने भी लाना चाहिए और इस पर कोई ना कोई एक्शन ज़रूर लेना चाहिए।
सर एग्जैक्टली ये
What is the most racist country ever? First we have Philippines with a racist rate of 31%. Next is Libya, 54% of people don't want other races. Followed by Bahrain with 31% racism. Lebanon is on number 2 with a score of 36%. And the most racist country in the world is India with a total score of 43% people who don't want other races.